Hi everybody, it's Sayward Moon from findyourdivinity.com. I am here to talk to you guys today about jar spells. As we know right now, there is a nasty virus going around. A lot of us are currently inside, so hopefully you're taking this time to do some research and to maybe explore some avenues that you had just not found the time to, okay? With that being said, jar spells are a wonderful way to start if you're interested in doing any sort of witchcraft. So today, I thought that I would share with you guys a little bit about jar spells and we could design one, okay? Awesome. So, what I have here, just a typical mason jar, nothing special about it. It's clean, it's been washed, nothing stuck to it, no old spaghetti or anything like that, but feel free to use an old jar, okay? Just make sure that it's clean. It doesn't matter which size jar you use. As a matter of fact, I have this one. This is what I like. So I make jar spells as kits for people. If you're interested in purchasing a jar spell, just let me know. It's $50, but you end up with all of the ingredients that you need, plus instructions to be able to do your jar spell from start to finish. So I like to use this size for a client because I feel like it's far more substantial, but honestly, whatever you have is gonna work. So find a jar. Now, the important thing about the jar that you choose is that it's gotta be something that's got a lid. Okay, you don't want to just have an empty jar and be like, oh crap, well, what do I put a piece of plastic wrap? No, okay, this is not a dick. Don't put a condom over it. Get something that has an actual substantial lid, okay? Put that on there. So, you have your jar picked out and it's clean. Now, before you begin any spell work, I highly recommend that you go find all of your ingredients, okay? So, if you are a person who practices intuitive witchcraft, and this is something that I talked to Spirit about, and it's something that I'm now kind of digesting. So, this is going to become my new keyword, guys, because I had a major download that happened and I can't really explain everything yet because I'm still kind of processing it. So intuitive witchcraft is what I'm here for now. But if you practice intuitive witchcraft, or if you're like one of those people who really wants to Rachel Ray it, like make this shit look good, okay, go find your ingredients. So what you need to do, all you need to do this is to think about your intention, okay? So what is my intention? I want to create a love spell. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, just a little digression here, the reason why I'm doing this is actually because my protection jar is broke. Like, it's not physically broken. I'm not even going to show you guys a picture of it because I feel like it's really bad juju. I don't want anybody to see it. I'm getting rid of it, but I need to build another one. That being said, I then had a very special super fan top client contact me today to say that her jar had molded. And this was a sweet jar that she'd been working for a while. And I kind of looked at it and it wasn't quite molded, but the outside you could see that there was definitely some exudate and it was not good. It didn't look healthy at all either. So I advised her to go ahead and to rid herself of that and to begin a new one. But I told her, you don't have to buy another kit for me. Don't worry about that. But you really should start another jar. She had a bunch of questions. So that, and here, wrapping in that digression, here is where we are. So instead of building a protection jar, which is a very private thing for people, I would rather not share that on camera. However, I am willing to show you guys how to make a mock love spell, right? Okay? So this is really cool. A lot of people, like I said, are indoors right now. A lot of people are kind of like, I wish I could get a hold of somebody. So here we go, okay? You have your clean jar. What else are you intuitively thinking about love? Okay? When you think of love, let's think about colors. I think about red, I think about pink, I think about white. Okay? These are the colors that come into my mind when I think about things related to love. Okay? So I have a pink candle, I have this awesome pink seashell. I have another pink heart-shaped candle. Now this candle has been burnt out, however, it also still has this heart shape, so I don't know, it might be useful. When I think about love, what do I think about? I think about emotion, love. When I think about tarot, being a tarot reader that I am, I think about the Suit of Cups, and Cups is about water, the element of water. So seashells, here's some more seashells. I think that seashells are the most amazing little natural gadgets, if you will, to use for love magic, okay? So in my jar, my clean jar, I also have these seashells. I have this pink candle. I brought along some different seashells as well. So specifically, I brought this, and I believe that this is the relative of something known as a ram's horn snail. However, please somebody check that out and check me out on that, because I may be completely wrong, but I believe that is. So why I picked this shell is not because, oh, I know that this is a ram's horn or this is a whatever. It's because it's totally erect. I'm sorry, but this is a very phallic seashell, and for people who are looking for that sort of penetrative force, bing, good idea, okay? Next thing, I have a lion here. This guy is done in rainbow hematite. Beautiful, beautiful fella. Represents strength, virility. I have a leopard here as well, in labradorite. This also represents virility, creative force, passion, passionate force, okay? And I brought along some gemstones as well. Now, not all of this are we probably going to use in this jar. We'll see what happens, because you guys are watching Semi-Live Magic. I did bring along here some stones. So right now, if you're thinking about a love spell, which crystal would you choose? Rose quartz, right? Of course, everybody. Duh, ding, 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 ding. Hard guess. Here's a beautiful piece of rose quartz. I actually have 2 of these. And so for anybody interested, these stones that are flat on the bottom and they have a rounded top, they're called cabochons. Cabochon, cabochon, okay? They are available in kits from suppliers and things, but they're really wonderful if you like to use more expensive stones in a nicer way, but in smaller increments, okay? Some people really want like this huge ass rose quartz in their hand, and they want to like play with it and smell it and rub it on them, and that's beautiful. It's a total crystal experience. But for those of us who are like, oh, well, that's nice, but that's not really me, these cabochons are wonderful because they're small, they keep in a beautiful space, and they truly are polished and on point. So rose quartz here. I also have some pink spinel. Now this is a higher end gemstone, of course, but I do carry higher end gemstones. If you're interested, please just let me know. I have gemstones. I have thousands of different kinds of gemstones if you guys are interested as far as cabochons or anything like that go. But so these are the pink spinel. Let me see if I can teeny tiny little things. I mean, they're not teeny tiny. Let me see. What's a good end? Here's a pen versus one of them. Okay, so they're not tiny. They're not tiny at all, but they're smaller than what you would get. Again, there's something amazing. So these pink spinel I really love. And then these. I wanted to show you guys these. I have 2 carnelian here. They're absolutely gorgeous. Let me lay them down. I love carnelian because carnelian is a sex plus heart stone. Look at this. Just fucking look at this. Is this not amazing? I'm fucking amazed by it. Alright, Carnelian is one of those things that if you were looking for a good bridge stone, something that's pulling from here to here or here down, like if you're looking for a good bridge stone, carnelian is the one because it has so many properties, it's ridiculous. All right, so our jar spell. We have all of these items here. I also have some water. This is moon water. I have a plethora of herbs, and I'm just going to kind of show you guys here. We'll talk about them as I add them. Because when you start your jar spell, this is what you have to do. Get all your items out. You ground and you center yourself. So just take a moment to find a space where you feel calm, where you're not hearing too much of anything, where you're just existing right here, okay? You're trying to feel the air around you. You're trying to just breathe. You're trying to just take a moment to calm, okay? Then, with all of these items around you, you say something. You're giving them a blessing, okay? You're invoking all of these items to come to power to you, to work for your intention. So for all of these items, you can give a blanket blessing. You can say, everything present here today serves a purpose. Every way finds its will. So come to me now, each ingredient, and do my bidding as well. Okay? Each and every one. So you guys can't see all of them. They're all here. I'm about to show you them all. We have this cup. You take a hand of seashells. You look at these. You know that these represent passion. You know that they represent emotion. You know that they represent fertility and water and the divine feminine. And you tell them that. You say, seashells in my hand, bring me every gift, take me to promised land. Boom, into your jar. Here's some more seashells. Cool. So, crystals. I have some rose quartz. I have some carnelian. Stones, stones, stones grow, stones, stones, stones throw, every stone grow, grow, grow. Into the jar. This lion, I don't even have to say anything to the lion. I can just think about it. Any of these pieces, you don't have to say anything to them. You can just hold them and think about that person. Think about the love that you want. Think about just if you don't know the person yet, but you just want that connection, try to feel how you're going to feel when you have that love, okay? Try to invoke that love and put it right here into your hands. No matter what you hold in your hands, it doesn't matter. You don't have to say anything. Just feel that. Your intention is the thing that is carrying all of the spell work, okay? So just push it in there, throw it under the jar. So maybe you do know the name of the person. Take yourself a piece of paper. I have a piece of vellum here. Write their name. So for this exercise, I'm going to say Adam. Okay? Because here's Adam, first man, supposedly. So this will be your man or your girl or whoever, okay? Now, you are Lilith. Just that easy. So you write their name right side up, you flip the paper over, you write your name right side up, they're together, they're touching. but they're opposites of one another, okay? Again, you could start with Adam. It could be Mona and Lisa. It doesn't matter, okay? You start with the person that you are interested in, their name. Then you turn over the paper and you write your name on top of theirs. Not on top, but like next to you, because you're not trying to dominate this person, all right? If you're trying to dominate this person, like, oh, this motherfucker's a cheater, I'm gonna get him, if that's what your jar is for, then by all means, I would write Adam and then I would write my name, Lilith, completely over his name. But it's not about that. So I'm just trying to like share some space. I'm trying to like create some bonds, right? So they're together, but they're not overlapping. All right. So I created these spots here. Well, what are these spots for? Very easy. What we're trying to do is patch up a situation. So I literally draw stitches over our names. Okay? Adam and Lilith. We're trying to bring them back together, right? Because that's the initial sex power. But for anybody who's doing the love spell, these are just placeholders, okay? We take those together. As you're folding this, you're thinking about that target person. So if I'm Lilith, I'm thinking about Adam right now. Doesn't matter how many times you fold it, but you want it to be an odd number. 3, 5, 7, 9, okay? This goes into your jar as well. So now you can see I have a pretty full jar. All right, let's talk about herbs. So herbs are just like every other ingredient in here. They're placeholders. If you wanted to do a jar spell with nothing but a packet of sugar and water, you could do so. Not a problem, okay? All of these are just boosters that work together synergistically to help increase the potency, if you will, of your work. What are some herbal ones? This is wormwood. If you want a person to dream of you, if you want a person to like have you on their mind but they can't explain why, if you want a person to just feel things about you, wormwood. So let's add some of that in there, because every gal I know who asks me for a love spell is like, oh, could you make them think of me? Sure, honey. Let's throw some of that in there. The next one I have, rosebuds. If you're going to be doing any sort of love work, I think that roses are kind of ubiquitous, don't you? Like, isn't that generally just the kind of a thing that you're going to use and think about? Roses equal love. I have some saffron here, so this I'm going to throw in just a little bit in there as well. Saffron is used very sparingly, and it's because it is an extremely difficult to harvest part of a crocus. So if you don't know what a crocus is, that's just how rare it is. All right, that's what this is. A crocus, by the way, is a type of flower, which on average you'll yield each crocus, I believe, yields, I think, 2 or 3 of those individual stamens. So if you can imagine how crazy it is to get saffron, there you go. Valerian root. Now, I'm not going to use this, but if you are interested, valerian root smells like shit. Disgusting. This is what valerian root looks like, just on its own, okay? This stuff is great if you're trying to go to sleep or if you're trying to put the sleep on a person. So if this is a thing where like, oh my god, I really like this guy, but he's kind of trying to cheat on me and he's kind of trying to be with everybody, valerian's a good idea. Not something I'm interested in this spell work. So I have my jar full of things, okay? There are other ideas that you could put in there as well. I do have a sweetening jar powder. Now what I use this for, it's a mix of a different blend of grains and salts and things like that, herbs, it's whole 9 yards. But I use this for kits for people because it's easy for me to just kind of put into a bag. I make a big deal of it, but this is something that has something that's not in here right now. So I'm going to add a little bit to it, and that's fennel. Fennel is wonderful for love work. I can't explain it. I'm not sure why it is, but fennel seems to really put some extra kick into spell work. So if you have any around, if you can get any seed, please do so. So, how do we deal with this now? Well, we're going to put in a little bit of sugar, and then we are going to put in some water, and that's going to be our deal. So I'm going to go ahead and put in some sugar down here. I've got a little bit. Okay. All right. And then we're going to put in our water. And you want to fill this up. There you go. So from there, you seal this lid. Once you seal this lid, do not open this thing again. Don't do it. I don't care if you want to add more water. I don't care if you want to do, just don't do it. Okay? If you feel like you need to refix the spell, then that needs to be a whole new thing. Don't just open it up and pour more water. No, it needs to be a completely new thing, okay? Because these spell jars are sacred. So once you stir one up, check them out. Yeah, they're cool, huh? Yeah. So this is a sealed item. At this point, you need to wake it up. How do I wake things up? Knock on it 3 times. You can do a whole invocation. You can tell it, love jar that I've fixed. Come to me quick. The things I ask, the things I seek, come to me now. Come to me. Boom. So this then has an invocation over it. You can do a lot of other ways to wake it up. You don't even have to say anything. Again, you can just hold your hands over the jar and think about that person. Think about the feeling that you have when you're in love. Think about, even if you don't know the person, just try to feel that love that you're looking for. Push it into this jar, okay? Then from there, you will light a candle on this jar, and I'm using one of these small ones just for effect so that we can kind of see the burning quickly of the item here. So let me go ahead and just show you guys. Yeah, I am affixing it here. All right. Okay. Lights. And then I hang out here with this, which is why these work great. You can use birthday candles, anything like that, and you just sit right here and you tell it whatever it is that you want it to hear. So this is my love spell. I am here. Come to me, love, come near. This is my love spell. I am here. Come to me, love, I am near. And you just keep going like that, okay, over this whole candle. So this I have seen as being called a power working. It's super easy to do, but I think that it's important that if you're going to do candle magic that's just like this, that you're making sure that you're doing at least one a day. There may be some practitioners that would do more than one a day. If I had an excess of candles, I probably would do so. However, without that excess of candles, there's really no need, I guess, to have to do more than just that one. So we put those together, and this will burn all the way down. And once it has burned all the way down, then that's sealing your spell. Now, what I recommend to do, however, at the first time when you are beginning one of these spells, is that you do take the time to seal it. So what I have here is a Santa Muerte candle. You'll see it's been burning for a while. It's got some good liquid on it. I have this candle that's going now. I have a piece of vellum. And quite simply, I think about my intention. Your love is mine. Your love is mine. Your love is mine. Your love is mine. And I let that kind of pool there. Okay? Now, from there, I can go trying to create a little bit of a seal on the outside, but it's not really so important as it is creating that inner seal. There on the edge. Okay? So, you'll let your candle burn out. Once you've run out of wick, out of wax, that's it for the night. Start it up again in the morning. Keep these going for an odd number of days, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, whatever may be working for you. Sorry, 12 is not an odd. It's an even. 11 number of days. 13 is a good number, but keep in mind that if you don't keep it up for that whole 13 days, when you start a 13 intention, you have to start over from the beginning. So whatever number it is that you can commit to, really do that, and do that with intention. After a couple of months, you may find that the water begins to run down, or that your items become broken. If you feel like your love jar or any other jar that you make isn't really up to snuff, feel free to go ahead and just toss that guy and start a brand new one, okay? There's nothing wrong with refreshing your intentions. All right, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your time, and good luck.